Saya and Tang Dun float in the vastness of space. Saya stares intently at a glowing blue holographic screen in his hands. As he stares at the screen, Saya begins to shake and cry, anguished that the woman he loved could betray him with an assassination attempt. Tang Dun approaches his distressed friend from behind, placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Trying to cheer him up, Tang Dun says it's better to discover a woman's treacherous nature before marriage, as a bad wife would have ruined his life. Saya's sorrow quickly turns into burning anger, and he quietly agrees with his friend. Clenching his fist in fury, Saya declares the woman isn't worth his feelings. He states that if he didn't have to remain hidden from his enemies, he would kill her and feed her to the dogs. He vows to endure for a few more days before taking his revenge. Having calmed down, Saya asks Tang Dun to accompany him to one last place. Saya explains they are going somewhere that will guide his destiny. The two then fly through space toward a massive, swirling purple cosmic anomaly. Meanwhile, in Lu Sheng's dream space, a ruined cityscape is overrun by zombie-like creatures. Suddenly, a massive pillar of blue lightning crashes down from the sky, shattering the ground and blasting the creatures away. Inside this storm of energy, Lu Sheng battles a giant, multi-eyed beast, striking it with a devastating punch to gain combat experience. During the fight, Lu Sheng senses a familiar, powerful energy spike. He realizes the Lord of Oblivion has arrived and welcomes it as a perfect chance to test his recent training. Back in the real world, inside a transport ship, Lu Sheng sits cross-legged, coming out of his deep meditation. He opens his eyes, his expression serious and focused on the coming threat. A panicked Hai Jia Dao rushes in, warning Lu Sheng that he's sensed the Lord of Oblivion approaching. Lu Sheng, remaining calm, stands up and adjusts his cuffs, simply stating that he already knows. Hai Jia Dao reminds Lu Sheng that with the stellar commander escorting them, they should be safe. He suggests they gather in the main lounge just in case. Lu Sheng seems unamused by the idea of three men huddling together for safety, but he agrees to go. In the ship's futuristic lounge, Lu Sheng, the elf prodigy Aonong Turing, and Hai Jia Dao gather as the vessel shakes from the powerful presence outside. A tense silence fills the room as the three warriors sit quietly, lost in their thoughts. With his eyes closed, Lu Sheng is unbothered, trusting the stellar commander's protection. He uses the time to focus on his cultivation, but Aonong Turing breaks the silence to start a conversation. Smiling nervously, the elf respectfully calls Lu Sheng brother and asks if his physical body has reached the legendary sovereign level. Lu Sheng gives the elf a deadpan look, finding it odd to be called brother by someone hundreds of years older. Despite the awkwardness, Lu Sheng realizes this is a good opportunity to learn more about the universe's power levels. Lu Sheng admits he only knows about the immortal level from his last test and asks the elf to explain the higher ranks. Sitting up straight, Aonong Turing explains that he has an immortal level bloodline. The next tier is sovereign, which is so rare there are usually fewer than 10 in an entire star system. As Lu Sheng listens with interest, the elf adds that a sovereign only appears once per 100 billion stars, though he doesn't know the levels beyond that. The conversation reveals the full hierarchy above the immortal tier: sovereign, ruler, and eternal. Standing nearby, Hai Jia Dao joins the discussion, explaining that beings with an immortal level body or higher are fundamentally different from ordinary people. Hai Jia Dao adds that they are like a higher species. However, he clarifies that despite their rarity, those at the immortal level aren't as overwhelmingly powerful as one might think, suggesting a huge power gap to the next tiers. Aonong Turing's pride is hurt. Hearing that his rare immortal bloodline isn't an absolute advantage at higher levels leaves the elf frustrated. Visibly annoyed, the elf prodigy demands to know what Hai Jia Dao means. Hai Jia Dao calmly explains that while an immortal bloodline provides a massive advantage in cultivation speed, there's a major catch. His expression turns serious as he states that once warriors reach level 13, the gap between immortals and regular cultivators quickly closes. Leaning back, Lu Sheng figures out the logic. He asks if this is due to the power of law, which Hai Jia Dao confirms. Hai Jia Dao explains that an immortal's early strength comes from a latent power of law they are born with. This allows them to easily defeat others, but everything changes after level 13. Lu Sheng realizes the grim truth for immortals. He points out that since every warrior must master the power of law to reach level 13, the immortal's natural advantage disappears. Hai Jia Dao nods, adding that any ordinary warrior who reaches level 13 can be considered a fully matured immortal themselves. With a smirk, Hai Jia Dao looks at Aonong Turing, noting this is why the elf couldn't defeat a level 13 opponent, despite his talent. The truth hits Aonong Turing hard. He mutters that his bloodline was just an early admission ticket, not a guarantee of power. He then asks how the sovereign level is different. Hai Ji Dao looks up, about to explain the mysteries of the sovereign tier. Suddenly, a terrifying pressure washes over the ship, interrupting them. Hai Ji Dao realizes the Lord of Oblivion and the Stellar Commander have finally started fighting for real. Unfazed, Lu Sheng's eyes narrow as he feels the shockwaves. He notes that the dark entity's aura is much stronger than before. On another planet, two cloaked figures walk down a dimly lit cobblestone alley. They are Saya and Tang Dun. Saya pulls back his hood and says they have arrived at a place called the House of All Things. Tang Dun pulls back his hood, looking confused by the strange name and asking how Saya found such a hidden place. Saya explains that half a year ago, after his father's death, he was ambushed by an assassin while drunk. He fled into this alley, where the owner of the shop saved him. Tang Dun bluntly remarks that it sounds like a cheap soap opera plot. Saya reveals it was the shop owner who advised him to flee to the outer space battlefield. He notes that without her, he never would have met Tang Dun or Lu Sheng. Saya admits they've avoided speaking Lu Sheng's name since returning. The warrior's power felt so immense that Saya sometimes doubts their encounters were real. As they finish talking, the heavy doors of the mysterious shop creak open before them. A striking woman with green hair, elf ears, and demonic horns emerges from the shadows. She smiles, welcoming Saya back and inviting them inside. Saya and an uneasy Tang Dun sit across a desk from the mysterious witch, whom Saya calls Yin. Sweating, Saya desperately pleads for Yin's guidance. He confesses that he feels trapped by fate again and needs a way out. Yin closes her eyes and smiles. She gently tells Saya he isn't at a dead end. His true path has always been in front of him, but he has been too afraid to walk it. Saya and Tang Dun are completely shocked and confused by her cryptic response. Without another word, Yin slides a rolled-up scroll across the desk to Saya, telling him it contains everything he wants to know. Saya nervously picks up the scroll and begins to ask what it is. With a sly smile, Yin pulls down her hat and tells him not to ask questions, urging him to return to where he came from. Saya slowly unrolls the scroll. As he and Tang Dun read it, their expressions change to pure shock. The glowing text on the scroll gives a powerful prophecy. Meet the person you first knew. Return to where it all began. Take back what is yours. The one at the peak of the stars, wearing the crown, has already arranged everything. That's a wrap for today's recap. If you're loving the series, smash that like button and subscribe for more fast, clean story breakdowns.